Welcome to Film Riot. You've got questions. I've got opinions. Let's do it. We found that feeling sorry for yourself can be one of the biggest setbacks in any artist's journey. How do you combat self-pity if you have any? Examples of this might be, why hasn't anyone given me money for a feature yet? Or how come people don't like my work? I just don't think about any of that. There's always that self-loathing where you're judging yourself. Every project I do isn't good enough for me. I'm always upset that it didn't hit the level that I wanted it to hit because I'm always striving for way more than I can pull off right now, but always heading towards that direction. Like if I would have done Ballistic 5 years ago, it would, I would have blown my own mind, but now I'm further advanced. So I want to be able to accomplish what's, a rung of the ladder above where I'm at now, always striving for more and better. And that's how you increase and grow. And every artist that I know has that self-loathing problem, but it's not self-pity. And I think you should shut all of that out of your brain immediately. If somebody's not giving you money to make a movie, if people don't like your work, well, maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you need to work harder and keep going. That has definitely been me in the past, where I completed a thing, I put it out there, and the literal response was, you're not there yet. And I didn't feel sorry for myself. I said, well, I'm going to show you then. And then I went right back to work and worked harder and kept doing short after short, learning more and more with every single one, and also ingesting every bit of education that I could find, every bit of mentorship I could get my hands on, watching all of the films, just analyzing what works, what doesn't, how to make it better, and continuing forward. That's what you do. You just continue forward. You make the next thing. That's it. If you stop to feel bad for yourself, you're just going backwards, and you never want to be going backwards. So the answer is just stop it. If that's in your head, just stop it. Female directors never get enough love / adulation / credit. Who are your 3 favorite female directors / films directed by women? Sofia Coppola, Patty Jenkins, Reed Morano, Karen Kusama. You could go on and on. By far, Catherine Bigelow is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. Easily. I mean, throw out the whole female filmmaker title. They're filmmakers, and they're amazing filmmakers. And Catherine Bigelow is definitely at the top of my list of directors. I've talked about her on the show before. Zero Dark 30 and Detroit are just masterclasses in tension. The way that she's able to craft a scene and just put both hands around your throat and squeeze and not let up is amazing, and in a way that very few filmmakers can actually achieve. So her films are definitely some films that I just study over and over and over again, trying to dissect how it is she's able to put me in this gripping the sides of my seat place while still telling a very impactful story. If you can't tell, I love her. Hi, Ryan. If you had the chance to make a Hollywood feature movie and you could have picked any actor or actress to create your cast, who would you choose to be in your film? I just saw Mission Impossible, so I so desperately would love to work with Tom Cruise, just because he seems just nuts in all the best ways. Rebecca Ferguson, also, since I just saw Mission Impossible, I love her. She is such a great actress. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I'm a huge fan of. Brie Larson, I'm a huge fan of. Chris Evans, I'm a huge fan of. Ben Foster. They all seem very intimidating to work with because they're so talented, but I would love to work with all of them. Patrick Wilson, I really love. Meryl Streep, my heart would stop. So I don't know if I'd want to work with Meryl Streep, because that just sounds too scary, just because she's just, the god of acting. The goal is to get as good as fast as possible. What will help the most? Producing a lot of quick and dirty projects for the sake of learning new tricks and refining the process, or you learn more on serious projects, even if they take a lot of time to finish. Short doesn't mean a lack of seriousness. You could create something impactful in 2 minutes, I think, or less. It's, story is story. My personal route has been to do the much shorter, tighter things to learn quickly from them. I've never looked at it as trying to learn as fast as possible necessarily. I mean, we all want to get, better as quickly as possible, of course, but really I've just tried to focus on what it is in front of me, what I'm passionate about, what interests me, what my weakness is, and what I'm just trying to shore up. And I always chase that. Like with Film Riot sketches, they were always done very, very quickly, often without lighting or any crew to speak of, but I would always think about one specific technique or approach that I was going to focus in on and try to learn from. And I was always doing that with every short. That's something that I'm thinking. Some shorts were literally made just so I could get experience in a certain thing. So that has been my path. That doesn't mean that's everyone's path. The more I learn and the more experience I get, the more I realize that there is no one path. Everybody has to follow their gut and what they're passionate about. And by doing that, you're going to become the filmmaker that you're supposed supposed to become. You're going to find your voice. You shouldn't just follow what someone else is doing, hear what everyone else is doing, sure, but I say this all the time. You have to follow your gut and what's right for you. I will say that personally, I don't see it beneficial to make a feature when you're just starting out. You're spending a ton of time completing that when you could be doing small things and figuring the important stuff out first, getting the basics done first. Because for me, one thing that I've always thought about is doing these shorts and the different projects that I've done is gaining me the experience and the knowledge and the confidence to create something that in the end, I know what the end product is going to be. So I can now go out and get people to also, add in their time and energies, often donating that time and energy to the project, investing in you. So I wanted to go out and invest in myself a ton first, as often as possible, as much as possible, to learn as much as possible before I went and asked other people to jump on that boat, if that makes sense. I feel like I ranted. I'm not 100% sure that made sense, but I think that made sense. I hope that makes sense. There's nothing more discouraging than having a pile of overdue paperwork while you try to get work done or do anything you enjoy at all. Well, our friends at FreshBooks have their cloud accounting software that will give you more time to do the work that you love and not feel discouraged by the paperwork demon. FreshBooks has been redesigned from the ground up and custom built for the way that you like to work. It's the easiest way to be more productive, organized, and most importantly, get paid quickly. The all-new FreshBooks is not only ridiculously easy to use, it's also packed full of powerful features. You can create and send professional-looking invoices in less than 30 seconds, set up online payments with just a couple of clicks, and get paid up to 4 days faster. You can also see when your client has seen your invoice and put an end to those guessing games. Of course, right now, FreshBooks is giving you a 30-day free unrestricted trial when you go to freshbooks.com/FilmRiot and enter Film Riot in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Logo. So that's it for today, which means it's time for my suggestion of the week. This is a TED Talk from Andrew Stanton talking about storytelling, how he sees it, the different things he utilizes to tell it. So definitely check that out. Link in the notes below. And until next time, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.